I just choked on air right now.
Someone just tweeted me a guy who made a short, basically copying my short word for word, and also the plot that genuinely happened in my real life. No one has actual originality, I understand that, but there's definitely a thing of plagiarism that feels like those are actually my thoughts in my head that you just took ownership of. And it just felt so weird. And
Stealing your content and you never knew until now. The things we struggle to understand is why people copy and paste and steal, and the fact some people don't even know about it, that it's in our, in our circulation of YouTube that people copy and steal, which is why I'm sharing this video today and reacting to this video and discussing my thoughts on this. So keep watching because this video is important and you might have never known about these things. Are you gonna steal or be real? Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy A1 Solution, or you can call me the Accurate Solution. We are going to be talking about plagiarism. We're going to be talking about stealing, the good, the bad, and the ugly, I guess you would say, some would say. But more so going to be reacting to the video and kind of just sharing my thoughts throughout this video. I got a bunch of notes here, so I'm going to be sharing that with you in this video. These people are called Colin and Samir. I saw this on YouTube, I saw it and I watched it and I was like, yo, this is a really cool video, and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so one thing is they, Colin and Samir, they both talked to a dude named Austin Kleon. This is the person that wrote the book Steal Like an Artist. And what this book talks about is, the things that go on in the industry and in the world of YouTuber and plagiarizing and stuff like that. We'll get to that in a second. So they asked Cleon what the concept was behind the meaning of the book. Cleon talked about how there's a good way to steal and a bad way to steal, meaning it's not illegal, but if you get caught, you will be hated, but there's no real repercussions of plagiarizing on YouTube. And it's, it's kind of hard to find because, as I get more into this, you'll find out why it's kind of hard to find and figure out someone's copying and stuff like that. You'll know why as I talk about it, so keep watching. So how to steal the right way. So he talks about transformation and kind of altering and widening people's thoughts of someone else and adding to it and using that as leverage to kind of push your thought and push your kind of like vibes. But you're also, so what you're doing is you're fabricating your message, and you can't really come up with the best way to do it, so you use, I'm gonna get to that in a second, so keep watching this. So adding it and making it your own. The best way to steal by not being an imitator is to not just steal from one person, but a bunch of people, not just one person. You steal from multiple, 12, a dozen of people. This is what the guy said. Like, you don't steal from one. That's not smart. You got to steal from multiple people, so you can get like little segments of each an individual conversation and stuff like that, right? So this guy quotes Billy Collins, and he says, people are always being told to find your voice. Well, the way you find your voice is that you imitate about a dozen voices, and then something comes out of that. That's uniquely your own. So what people do is they use all these like informations, all these voices, all these different voices, and compile that and make that into their own. They mash it up. They turn it into their own tune, their own vibe, their own, because they're trying to reach different audiences. So how do you do that? Is you listen to different kinds of mindsets, different kinds of people, and you share that. And to me, that's copying. That's, I mean, if that's your whole job is to find out what people are talking about, like that's that's crazy to me. But watching a video, learning something from that, but you're not like your job, your whole intention more so is to watch this video and enjoy it, right? But when your job is to literally, knit down to every single video and figure out what people are talking about because you don't have enough time, you're lazy or something like that, you can't find the research that you want, so you got to find it from other people. That's just crazy to me, and that's something that, YouTube's all about right now. Like, there's not everyone. I'm just saying, there's certain people out there that, they don't really follow through with the hard work. They do the easy work and they just copy off of people and stuff like that. So the whole process is to being all kinds of thought processes into one space without really doing much of the work, by just watching people who put in the work and using that to leverage and making an easier life's workspace, like I said, i.e. videos. Using this tactic, you're using this as a way to bring people together, like I said, using your own actual ideas, just a few, and then using mostly other people so you can connect to different audiences, different, like I said, different thought processes. There's rewording it and making your own and calling it art when it's not really art. I mean, you know what I mean? There's different, you know, levels to this, you know what I'm saying? But to each his own, right? So back in the day, he said Jimi Hendrix kind of took from a bunch of artists and made it his own. The term would be called a mashup, as this guy states, and Jimmy used all these influences to kind of connect to people, and more people more so. That's why some of these people, like, people follow trends, follow certain things to talk about, because they want to gain that kind of like popularity and that type of niche, that type of, how the people are, what they think and all that, like different ways they think, blah blah blah, you get me. So my quick response to this is, the thing about me is I've actually plagiarized in school once, and my teacher gave me an F, right? I've learned from that, but it's strange that YouTube has an issue where people take your titles, discussions, and make them your own from various sources. It's a scary thing to think about, that people are potentially copying, and you legit have no idea that this / was happening. Your favorite YouTuber could be doing the same thing and you don't even know about it, and they're not going to get in trouble for it either. That's the craziest thing, is you can copy and you're not going to get in trouble for it. I don't copy because I find no originality in it, and I find it lazy and not wanting to find out the information yourself, using your brain, using your legs, going to the library, going on the internet, whatever you need to do. I just feel like some people don't want to do that, you know what I mean? And wanting to find out the information yourself. And if I ever did copy, I would ask for consent. So if I was gonna copy, whatever, ask it for consent, you know what I mean? So that's the one main thing about me, and that's the one thing we learned about Sam and Colby and Elton and Corey and all that stuff. They all had consent that they're gonna, take it from each other, going from like different locations and ideas and stuff like that, right? So, but for the people who do it, can you at least give credit to the people you steal from? I mean, shoot, man. I mean, but at the end of the day, it's kind of hard for liars to, give that credit out to the people that they took the idea from or thought that from. Like this video, I'm gonna make sure I put them in the description, all that stuff, the comments, because I talked about them, and I'm gonna make sure they see this and know that blah blah blah, right? You get it, right? So, end of discussion. End of discussion. That is right, Yoda. Let's go back to Star Wars later. They talked about how there's pretty much nothing you can do against plagiarism on a video. There's, like I said, no repercussions, like they said in the video too as well. They discussed the video I shared at the beginning where the guy's video got copied word for word. Copy and paste, no repercussions, nothing, no credit, nothing. That's why I mentioned in my community post that AI scares me, and that's a tool to legit help steal and take content and fake content, etc., scary stuff, thumbnails, titles, videos. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that in a few, so stay tuned. Cleon mentions that before sharing online and being able to make these things, right, these things public, that people used to do these things in private, but nowadays with all the sharing and technology we have, is that means things are easier to share, spread, get out there, all that stuff, i.e., the whole fake videos and stuff like that, deep fakes, scary stuff, man. Gonna get worse, you know what I mean? Cleon is saying that saying stuff that I've thought about but never really took into consideration. I didn't want to think about this or talk about this, but because I thought I was delusional. But watching this video, it blew my mind. It literally blew my mind, and it changed my perspective on YouTube and all the things and all how content works and all of my thoughts and everything. It's kind of like shifting my perception of reality, you know what I'm saying? And and made on YouTube, blah blah blah. And these people don't want to put in the work and research and work on who they are as a person and making these videos better from the heart, but copying others to make it easy because they're too lazy. They don't have enough time to look into these videos, you know what I mean? So that's just crazy to me. I think people should be aware. I would never copy. Everything I talk about is from this right here. This, or I write down in my notes so I can talk about it in my videos, so it's as accurate as possible. That's why they call me Accurate Solution. Accurate Solution. Put on your soap. Okay. Anyways, though, examples. So imagine if every food place copied each other's ingredients. Think about that for a second. Imagine if every single food place just copied each other's ingredients, used the same ingredients, but just changed their name. They were like, hey, McDonald's, this is McDonald's, Burger King, Jack in the Box, whatever, you know what I mean? But then, you know, they're all using the same ingredient, but just different name, you know? It's not plagiarizing. You can't plagiarize food. I mean, if the ingredients are there, it's there in the book, right? You know what I'm saying? But, you know, but just change the name, and that's a steal, and making it your own. That's just where, you know, I'm coming from, I guess. He was talking about how something I talked about and how I hate working so hard on a video. So one thing is, I talked about in a video how I hate working so hard in a video and then I drop it and then people don't like it. So he was like, he was talking about something I talked about and how I hate working so hard on a video, but it's quiet and no one really cares. There's crickets, all that stuff in the video. But if I do a video that's like half ASS, and then somehow I push it out and then people seem to like it. A video that I barely even put effort into, people like that more than the one I put effort into. So it's very interesting. Cleon shared a quote here, is I can spend 5 weeks on something and post it online and crickets chirp, but I'll do the most thing and get 2,000 likes. You know what I mean? Like, what is that? He was saying, like, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean? Like how does something I barely work on get pushed out, and then next thing you know, it does better, it goes more viral than my main video that I was working on for 5 weeks, a month, a couple months, and then that video gets like way less. Doesn't even get close to a couple hundred. You know what I mean? It's wild. You know what I mean? And now with social media, it's so easy to copy, and because there's so much content everywhere. Colin even said back then, before the internet, you had to either like it or not. But now it's so different with so many options. You got internet, you got YouTube, you got Rumble, you got Kick, and you got Twitch, and you can just, you know, just so much stuff, so many things that you can retain inside of your head and just learn and just use for your own content. You know, it's so wild. It's so wild because people don't think about that. But sometimes, you know, I'm just gonna drop it. I'm gonna keep it at that. You know, so Cleon quoted. He said in his quote, he said, "It's so objective. One man's plagiarism is another man's art." Right? Another man's plagiarism is another man's art. It's kind of like another man's trash is another man's treasure. You know what I mean? And so the plagiarism is happening, and they're taking your stuff and they're trying to make that better than what you did, pretty much. So whatever you did is, so it's kind of like me battling myself. You know what I mean? Kind of, but another person is taking control of it. Like what they do is they look at your content and then they make that better. You know what I mean? Which is crazy to me. It's like you're literally trying to act like me, like I'm me. That's what they're saying in this video. I'm gonna get to it, but he says, like, why does this happen? Like, why is it me against me? You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna get to it in a second. I'm gonna say it word for word, all that stuff. So it's just very interesting to me. So Cleon mentions that what would you do if you meet someone who ripped your own stuff from you? Would you tell them you loved it or punch them in the face? You know what I mean? Like, if someone stole something from you, how would you take it? You would not be happy about it. You'd be like, bro, you just stole my idea, my conversation, and put it with a bunch of other people and made it your own and made people think that this is you, and you actually people think you're actually that smart when you're not that smart. You're just stealing crap, right? So yeah, that's just one thing I want to say. He was having fun joking, obviously, but he was also making sense and being truthful. The punching is a intrusive thought, or maybe not for some, but that's just how I look at it. The punch is a metaphor for anger, but you know, some people different, like I said. Colin mentioned how he wanted to be singular and an individual, that the identity that he is building, he wants to protect. And Colin said something about people copying, saying, no, I'm me. I'm working hard to be me. You can't be me just like that. Like, you know, like you can't, like, that's why when people copy, like, you can't just be me like that. You can't just use my information, all the hard work that I put in to study and research and learn and try to gain knowledge in my brain, you know, wisdom, you know what I mean? I'm trying to grow out here, man. Trying to have good etiquette, good morals, good intentions, and you know, that's all I want to be. And that's why good people get used. Good people get used and abused. That's why good people are always, even in religion, even in God, like, you know, good people always get freaking used. And if you're not good, or if you're not good, you're over there freaking hovering around trying to steal other content, shoplift, you know what I mean? You know, jocking my style, all that stuff. It's crazy, dude. Shoplifting, you know what I mean? Stealing literally right under your tongue. You know what I mean? And so Colin said, me referring to himself and how he felt, how he feels. Cleon mentions that he keeps certain techniques hidden because he doesn't want people to know how to do it, or else he'll lose interest because it won't be special no more. So many people will start doing it, so many people will start knowing how to do it, and the fun will be, you know, kind of lost. It'll be lost in the sauce. It'll be lost in history. So I totally understand with that. One thing Cleon mentioned is that not only do you want to create, but you want to be more a part of something, which is why people copy, in my opinion, because people want to be a part of this something. They want to be a part of this special party, this prize, this gift, this thing where you're able to be the popular person. I think some people, you know, fantasize about being popular, you know, chase the money. That's why people copy content, because they want to join a trend, they want to join what's viral, you know what I mean? That, like I said,
trends started in the 14th century.
That's the 1300s. Like, this stuff's been known for a while. You know, propaganda, you know, spreading fake news, you know, following trends is another thing. People follow trends because they want to join the party and they want to get followers, they want to get views. Me, I make content that I love and I'm passionate about, not follow no one's voice but my own. And people that listen to me, you know, I'm happy that people listen to me in my community. Nice. And you know, this is all just my opinion, you know what I mean? This is all my opinion, you know what I mean? But you know, being a fan, here's one thing: being a fan, being a part of the community is one thing, but when you're watching videos specifically to steal stuff, that's a concern. But if you're watching the video, you know, to learn something, maybe, you know, maybe it's for entertainment purposes. But when your job, like I'm saying, man, like if your job is to literally sit here and like write down all the most important parts, you know, that's just wild to me. And then, you know, branching off of that like a family tree or something like that, you know what I mean? So the most real creative way to make videos is when you make something that's not something others have done. That's creativity, and making something people haven't seen before, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like what Cleon said, he was like, you know, looking at like books. He was like, man, what's a book I haven't seen, or maybe a video I haven't seen, right? And that's what I like. This dude's really cool. I like his thought process. I'm gonna have to look into his book, dude. It's gonna really open my mind up a lot, and I think there's a lot more stuff that I don't know that he didn't talk about, because obviously it's his book. He doesn't want to say everything, but this dude's so interesting. And I just love the way he thinks. I love the way he thinks, man. This is what I mean. Like, when you find people that, you know, think like you get more interested, because you're like, holy smokes, he's on the same journey as me. He's trying to figure out the truth, right? Figure out the truth. So imitating means something is already there, and say, I like this, oh, I'll do that. So, you know, when you drop a video, then a few hours later someone else drops a video, or maybe, you know, like coincidentally, you know, just certain things that just don't make sense, you know what I mean? And when you pay attention, if you pay attention and read between the lines, you know, sometimes believe has lie in the middle, right? We all need to find something that's missing, that's kind of not much of, and that's kind of why I like my videos and why I don't follow trends, because, you know, I'm kind of like doing things that not much people are like, you know, like searching for, but they're still interesting things. Like, they're interesting things. Like, I dropped a Jake Weber video talking about censorship. I dropped, you know, a Sam Golbach video, you know, about it, I haven't seen no one drop that video. Maybe a short, maybe I dropped my short, I remixed it, but you know, other than that, I didn't. Plus I don't look too, so you know, but my feed my algorithm should push it out, but you know, I haven't seen it. But you know, I just wanted to share those things. You know, I want to share things that are different. I even shared a mythology. I've seen people do it, but you know, I want my page to be, you know, a little bit different on each side, like be everywhere, and just see what people like. You know what I mean? I got a compilation coming up again, by the way, another compilation number 2. So look forward to that. So that's why I kind of like my videos, because I'm not following trends, and I follow my heart. I make my videos from my heart. These things are all things I've thought of and wanted to share, and I write them down in my notes, all that stuff. Some were in my trend, some are in the trend category, like the Elton stuff, and that was lucky. But I'm a fan though. Like I said, I'm a caveman, bro. I came out of nothing, dude. I'm a caveman. I've been here for a while. I've been watching for years, and that's why I'm making these videos. That's why I'm defending my homie. And you know, I was in the right place, right time, and at the same time I grew a little community that I appreciate. And you can always watch me and know that I'm honest and that I'm real with everyone and themselves, and not other. And I'm not talking about no other thoughts, none of that stuff, no other thoughts but my own. Besides, unless I'm reacting to something and I kind of like quote people, that's the only time, bro. Only time. Or maybe if I think of something at the moment here, you know. One thing I learned from this video is that we need to put effort and have originality into our videos and not chase the money. That's what I'm saying is happening and what is happening. People want money, and using the stealing method is a good way to gain traction, sure, but it's really not who you are. You're not really this person that, you know, you say you are in this, you know what I mean? It's like having a persona, this whole, like, it's kind of like a WWE thing, you know what I mean? I go into the ring and I'm, you know, freaking Rey Mysterio. The next thing you know, I'm freaking Rey. You know what I mean? Just some regular guy, you know what I mean? Like the, you know, whatever. It's just ridiculous. I don't know, it's ridiculous. Me, I'm real. I stay real. I'll always be real. I always talk about me and be here for my community, all that stuff. So they just rip people out because they're lazy, pretty much, all that stuff. So what good is it to gain the whole world and to lose his soul? Mimic people and get millions of views? That's what Cleon said. A little quote from him. I like that quote, by the way. You have people going the easy way and copying, as Cleon said. It's easy to do, but the morals there is just absolutely disgusting and worrying. Says a lot about the person, right? How they can just steal. I mean, money's important, but, you know, you got to put in the work, man. You can't just freaking, you know, like, you know, you can't just steal someone's water. You know what I mean? You just come up and just steal the water. Like, what is that, dude? The hard way is the best way because you feel the importance, you feel improvement, you feel the progress, you feel the growth, you feel the community. You fail, you learn, you look through the analytics, the comments, you experience things. You actually have a sense of passion for wanting to be yourself, right? Learning and sharing and learning from people is fine, but if your main goal, like I said, is literally to hover over someone and rip their content, that's another story. That's a whole nother can of worms. Like, why are we doing that? Can't be doing that. Reading books and watching other videos is fine. You know, watching videos, reading books, all this stuff is fine, but it's when your freaking main mission and your main achievement in life is to literally study these people just to gain, you know, influence on the internet is just wild. Get better, grow yourself, be better. You know what I mean? And you know, reading books, blah blah, is all fine. It's just the intentions. It's all the intentions and why you're watching. YouTube is a business, and I know people want to grow. I'm gonna talk about AI again here in a second, so keep watching and succeed. But stealing and taking from people is just disgusting. If you have consent, that's another thing, but without consent and taking their ideas and using it word for word, copy and paste, people are competing against one another and want to gain on others. Like, that's just scary, bro. We should be about community and wanting to grow and be ourselves and have people discover us naturally. But, you know, all these, it's just, you know, algorithms, AI, all this stuff. Okay, so now here's another thing, AI. That's why AI scares me, because we have so many tools that can spy on your competition. You can see people's tags using vidIQ. You can use AI for your titles to make a title for you, a description for you, etc. You can see all these titles. You can see like views per minute, like how many views they're getting per minute. You can read, like I said, tags, you know, a few other things. And I don't use this stuff. I tried it, did not like it, don't understand it. But it's just not for me. I just follow the stats on YouTube. But the one thing I don't want to forget are deep fakes. Those are the worst. But also these other things are kind of bad too. Overall, I literally have had my mind blown that these people steal, not just from one person, but multiple people. You know, a whole freaking crowd of people, dozens of people, not just one person, but multiple. It makes it less suspicious, easier to hide, kind of like Assassin's Creed. You become a hidden one, you know what I mean? You're secretive. No one really knows who you really are, right? It's kind of creepy. But these things are these are the things that I have questioned and want people to know about. And like I said, and from the beginning, you're gonna learn stuff. And like I said, you learned some stuff here, right? And if you didn't, then I don't know what you want with me. Want people to know about this and how this is a thing and it's happening. I don't know if anyone else made a video on this, reacted to it, whatnot, after this video dropped, but I stumbled across this video through recommended section. But I'll share the link to this video down below, and you can watch anything. You can watch everything they talk about, pretty much word for word, all that stuff. I hope you learned something here, and to be careful who you watch. Plagiarism is bad, and something that this world is kind of slowly seeing as time goes on. I think people will wake up eventually, but the only thing that's hard is you don't know. You know, it's just you won't know. Like, it's kind of hard to know if someone's plagiarizing because people hide it well. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, just saying, dude. Just be careful. I'd rather work hard, struggle, and progress, and then do the easy way, copy off people, follow trends, you know, nothing, and that you know nothing about, but copy someone to gain status status quo and what people are thinking. In a way, it's probably the sickest game it's probably the sickest mind game I've ever seen, dude. Just crazy. But regardless of that, man, this is my video I wanted to share about plagiarism, about things that are happening on the internet. And people are like, literally, you can see videos where they talk about how to, you know, gain followers in a month and stuff like that. They're telling you like to, you know, look at someone's title and reword it, and it's kind of weird to me. Like, it's promoting freaking plagiarism, and I don't like it. You know what I mean? People are supposed to come up with their own titles, their own way of saying things, you know what I mean? And there's going to be times where there is going to be the same kind of title, you know what I mean? It does happen, you know, there's times where you say the same word. Sometimes you like, let's say you will say, hey, let's say you're talking to your friend or something like that, and both you guys, both the girls say, you know, hey at the same time. You know, it does happen. You know, those things do happen, but when it's like every day you just see the same thumbnail, the same title, worded differently, it's just really strange. But I wanted to share this. Make sure you go check out my Jake Weber video, go check out the Elton Castee video, go check out the Sam and Colby videos, go check out the Jerry video, the Evan Butka video, go check out like I said, go check out my compilation video. I got a lot of videos, man. My name is, you know, A1 Solution. We out here bussin' fuego. Are you going to steal, or are you going to be real, man? My name is A1 Solution. The A means Anthony, the 1 means me as one person, A1 means everyone, and the solution's all that coming together. Because guess what? I don't follow trends. This is the best solution ever. I don't follow the money. I follow my heart. I follow my community. I want to be here for my community and share things that I think are kind of more important than all the mainstream things that we're seeing every day that we got to be talking about to gain views. But at the same time, people can do what they want to do. I know people are struggling, all that stuff. Hey, you know what? Do what you got to do, boo-boo. Because guess what? There ain't no laws. There's no repercussions. Like I said, there's no repercussions. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen, and it's going to keep happening. And there's too many people in the world to you know, find out who's telling the truth or whatnot. There's millions of people in the world. You know what I mean? But like I said, my name is A1 Solution. This is Anthony's One Solution. This is my life, my story, my stream, my journey, my video, my words. And we out here kicking butt, saving the day. Boom! Saving the day. Knowing is half the battle. And destiny is all. Stay safe and stay hydrated. And make sure you take care of yourself. Woo-hoo. And you know, we out here making some great videos. Go check out my last videos, man. Great videos. Also, thank you guys so much for supporting my videos. Thank you for all the love. Woo-hoo! Oh, yeah. A life like a box of chocolates.